Hey guys, it's Alfonso again. Welcome to a new video. So my original plan for this video was to do a book review about a book that I read last summer and that I've wanted to do this video for a while. That is Isle of the Lost by Melissa de la Cruz. The main characters are Mal, the daughter of Maleficent, Evie, the daughter of the Evil Queen, Carlos, the son of Cruella de Vil, and Jay, the son of Jafar. However, before I started doing this video, I found out in the internet that Kat from Katie Tastic, before the release of this book earlier this year, had created the Disney Booktag. Being the Disney fan that I've always been, when I read the words Disney Booktag, my plans naturally changed. So we're gonna leave the book review aside for a little while, and we're gonna go ahead with the Disney Booktag. Let's start. So now that I've changed to a more appropriately Disney attire, let's begin. The first category is The Little Mermaid, a character that is out of their element, like a fish out of the water. For this category, I'm gonna go with Jacinda from the Firelight trilogy. I don't think I've ever talked about this trilogy in a video before, and it's not very famous, so I don't know if a lot of you know what the story is about. Firelight is a trilogy about a girl that is half dragon, half human. There's this whole society in which people who are descended from dragons live in the woods and hidden in caves. They can transform into dragons and they all have different talents. The thing is that they hide from hunters, humans who just hunt dragons. The plot is that the hunters do not know that the dragons can turn into humans, so they just get along with them in their human forms, not knowing that they are the same dragons that they hunt. The thing is that Jacinda's family have to leave the dragon community and go live among other regular humans. She cannot turn into a dragon anymore, she cannot fly, she cannot spit fire anymore. She's always feeling like a fish out of the water. Next on the list we have Cinderella, a character that goes through a major transformation. Now in all the Disney tag videos that I watched, Kat's from Katie Tastic, Christine's from Paula Manana's books, Reagan's from Bruce Project, and Jessie's from Jessie the Reader, they all did this one as a character that evolved a lot through the whole series. But I'm taking things a little bit more literal, and since Cinderella's transformation was a physical one, I'm gonna go for this one with Darrow from Pierce Brown's Red Rising. This character does undergo a major transformation, an extreme makeover. He got a new height, he got new skin, new complexion, new color of eyes, he built up muscle, all that through plastic surgeries. So I would say this is the biggest transformation I've seen in a character. Next we have Snow White, a book with an eclectic cast of characters. For that I'm gonna go with The Song of Ice and Fire saga by George R.R. Martin. We have pretty much everyone's point of view through the books, and that's like a ton of people. We have all the Starks and the three Lannister siblings and the Greyjoys and the Tullys and the people from the Wall and Daenerys and so many. I cannot even count how many of them are. Moving on, we have Sleeping Beauty, a book that put me to sleep. For this, I'll go with Angel Time by Anne Rice. Now, I've read Anne Rice's books before, like Interview with a Vampire, Lestat the Vampire, and those were awesome books. So when I got my hands on this one, I thought this is gonna be also a great one. However, for me, it was not. Look how small it is, and it took me like 2 weeks to finish it because every time I picked it up, I would fall asleep after just a few pages. Next we go with The Lion King, a character that had something traumatic happen to them during childhood. I will go with Whistle Mamiger from The Book Thief. I mean, the book starts with her brother dying in front of her, and that's pretty traumatic. Then the whole thing of World War II happening during her childhood, that's also pretty traumatic. But the end, holy shit. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's pretty traumatic. Next, Beauty and the Beast. A beast of a book, a very big book that I was intimidated by, but finally found the story to be beautiful. I will go with none other than Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Now, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I did not read the Harry Potter books until after watching all the movies. I do kind of regret that, but that's not the point here. Now, this book came out in 2003. I was 9 years old. This was way before my love of reading began manifesting. So, my first impression of this book is that it was freaking gigantic. I mean, look at it. This is nearly 900 pages. Needless to say, my opinion has changed now, and I think it's a very beautiful story as all the other Harry Potter books. But yes, this was a very intimidating book for me, back in the day. Next is Aladdin, a character that gets their wish granted, whether for better or worse. For this, I will go for Tiny Cooper from Will Grayson. Will Grayson. Tiny Cooper, for those of you who have not read this book, has the dream of doing this musical about his own life, and thanks to the intervention of both Will Graysons, that musical turns out to be way better than what Tiny expected it to be, so I count that as a grand wish. Now we go with Mulan, a character that pretends to be someone or something that they are not. Pretty easy one. Tessa Gray from the Infernal Devices. It's stated since the very beginning of the saga that she can shapeshift into other people. So she literally pretends to be someone that she's not a lot of times. She pretends to be a lot of people that she certainly is not. Next we go to Toy Story, a book with characters you would wish would come to life. To hang out, I guess. That would be Heroes of Olympus by Rick Riordan, or more specifically, The Mark of Athena by Rick Riordan. The book out of the whole saga in which everyone is together and happy and safe and sound, and through most of it, above ground. Good old times. Now for Hercules, a book that inspired you or made you feel stronger, and that would be Where Angels Live by Claudia Celis. This book, I read it back in school when I was like 12 years old, I think. At that time, I felt quite identified with the main character. I had just lost someone in my family, and this character went through a similar thing, so it helped me see things from a different point of view, and it held me through it. So yeah, it definitely inspired me and made me feel stronger. Next we got Up, a book that you had no clue what it was about based on the cover. That for me would be Dante and Aristotle Discover the Secrets of the Universe. I had heard a lot of things about this book, that it was a very good one, and I had read a little bit about it in Goodreads, avoiding the spoiler parts. So when I got my hands on it, I had a vague idea of what it was about, but looking at the cover, I was just looking at stickers and the title in a big font and a red truck. But other than that, what the hell is this about? You hear the names Dante and Aristotle, or Aristotle and Dante, or whatever, and you think, is this about philosophy? And then they discover the secrets of the universe, so is this metaphysical kind of thing? This book is just awesome, but based on the cover on it, I would have never guessed what it was about. Next, Frozen. Favorite pair of book siblings, and since I cannot pick only two Weasleys, then I will go with Katniss and Prim from the Hunger Games. Do I need to elaborate on this? People know about them, if not from the books, at least from the movies. I think my point is clear. And finally, from Disney Descendants, the movie continuing the story of I Love the Lost. Favorite villain or morally ambiguous character. And for this, I will have to keep a tie between Draco Malfoy and Rafael Santiago. I think they are pretty similar. They know they act against the main character, but when the time comes, real evil, they would do what is right. And that, in my books, is always appreciated. So that's it for the Disney book tag. It was a really fun one to do. I will leave the link to Kat's original video down in the description, as well as the links to the other videos that I mentioned, so go check them out. And if you're a Disney fan as well as I am, I would totally suggest you to do this book tag. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you keep having a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. I will see you next time.